As some of you already know, I've been working on my startup for the past 6 months or so, trying to build a better way to handle images and files and upload them to your app. And Theo just announced his new service, UploadThing, which is basically the same thing. And let's be real here, Theo has a much bigger audience and he has a company with an actual team, so I don't know if it would be wise to try to compete with him, targeting the exact same niche and with a very similar implementation. Yeah, and now I'm here trying to figure out the best way to approach this. Okay, I think a lot of people watching this video will have no idea who I am and what I've been building, so let me give you a little bit of context on the startup. The project is called Edge Store, and it can be divided in two parts: the storage service and the open source package. The open source package is, as of right now, mostly focused on Next.js, which is the framework I use for most of my projects. It is built to be an easy way to set up your storage infrastructure in your app and have a standardized, easy way to use that storage no matter what you're using in your infrastructure. The setup is very straightforward. If you have used Next.auth before, you'll notice that it's a very similar setup. You first add some environment variables, then you create your Next.js API route, and then you wrap your app with the provider. Then you just start using the package to upload or retrieve files from your storage. I've been building it focusing mainly on image files for now, but I had plans to accept any type of file. Right now there are two providers you can use. One is the AWS in case you're using S3 with CloudFront, and the other one is Edge Store, which would be my startup, the storage service. And in the future it would accept other infrastructures as well, like GCP or any other major services that can be used for storage. But yeah, this storage service here is basically what Theo is building with his UploadThing. Well, did Theo just watch one of my videos and straight up stole the idea? Well, it is of course a possibility, but I wouldn't bet on it. Let's be real here, there is no really good entry point solution for a storage service right now. Like there is Vercel for hosting or PlanetScale for databases or some other for cron jobs, but there is no good one for storage service right now. Something that developers can easily start using on their side projects or on their new startups. So it was just a matter of time until someone realized that there is a need here and tried to address it. And for people like me and Theo who are constantly building side projects and using a similar stack, I think it's kind of natural that we came to the same conclusion on what to build. By the way, I think every developer should always be working on a side project, even if you don't think it's something that will directly influence you financially, because there are just too many benefits on having a side project. But yeah, back to the main topic. Theo is building his UploadThing, which is basically the same thing as Edge Store, with a very similar implementation and target niche. And to be honest, I've been moving kind of slow with my startup. And the excuse I have here is that I was prioritizing growing the YouTube channel. And yeah, one of the reasons for that was that I knew something like this could happen. I knew that the startup could fail at some point. But if I have an audience of people who might want to try the things I build, it would make it a lot easier to release new products in the future. Yeah, it's definitely not the fastest way to build a startup, but thinking long term, I thought it would be a good idea. Well, but yeah, I was thinking about what are my options right now, and I think I have mainly three options. The first one is basically to pretend that I don't know what Theo is building and just keep doing what I was doing and try to get enough people to use my startup. The second option is to pivot a little bit and try to maybe target a different niche. Maybe I could make it work really well with another framework, or I could try to target bigger companies trying to offer the full setup and better customer support and just make it more like a B2B startup. And the third option would be to take a little break from the storage part of the startup and just focus on the open source package, because I think that part is still very important. And maybe I could even add UploadThing as a provider here. Just think about the peace of mind of the user, knowing that he can start his project with an easy-to-use service like UploadThing, and in the future, if needed, he can just migrate everything to AWS without having to make major changes to his code. Because let's be real, bigger companies will still keep using AWS for their storage, because bigger projects need to care more about security and availability and cost at bigger scales. But for side projects and new startup, it's a lot better to use something that can be easily set up and that allows you to move faster. And yeah, if Theo were up to it, we could even maybe try to find a way to work together here and try to deliver the best development experience we can for our users. I don't know if Theo will ever watch this video, but if he does, Theo, if you're watching this, I just wanted to say that I would love to talk more about it sometime. So let me know if you'd like that. And yeah, that's the third option, and I think it's also the option that's gonna help the most on growing the YouTube channel. So I'm actually tending towards it, but I wanna know, what do you think? I really wanna think that this is an opportunity and I wanna try to make the best out of it. There's something we say here in Japan that I think it's meant for times like this. Pinchi wa chance. I don't know if you actually say that, but I've heard it somewhere before.
俺の座右の銘だ。
ん
And yeah, some people on my Discord channel were actually saying that I shouldn't give up on the startup and I should keep working on it. And I really appreciate all the comments. But I'm curious, what do you think after watching this video? Let me know in the comments. Oh, and just in case I wasn't clear enough, this video is not supposed to be an attack on Theo. If you've watched some of my videos before, you probably already know that I really like Theo's content and I look up to him. And yeah, if you're interested in taking a look at my startup journey and see all the steps I took and my thinking process, just click this video right here. It's also the video that gave me the most subscribers, so I really think you're gonna like it. And yeah, that's it. Subscribe if you wanna see how things turns out. See you in the next one. Já né?